Alright, hi, my name is Evan Gross with the Promise Zones team at HUD. This video introduces users to the Community Development Marketplace search tool. The Community Development Marketplace, or CDM, is a project to aggregate community development goals, activities, and projects from around the country into a centralized, easy-to-search database that is open to the public and catered to the needs of technical assistance providers, policymakers, funders, researchers, and project managers. The database originates from the Round 2 application process for Promise Zones. HUD collected goals and activities data related to creating jobs, increasing economic activity, improving educational outcomes, reducing crime, and more through a survey submitted by Promise Zone applicants for the competition which took place in November and December 2014. 108 applicants completed the survey and agreed to make the information therein public. These applicants are currently in the database and are open for further collaboration with communities and organizations conducting similar work. Applicants were asked to submit up to 18 narrative report entries, or sub-goals, which included a set of activities related to their goal, rationale for those activities, implementation partners carrying out those activities, financial and non-financial resources secured and needed for those activities, data collection and evaluation methods involved, expected outcomes, and regulatory barriers to achieving success. In total, we received 987 narrative reports covering goals related to all aspects of community development. Within this database, you can find hundreds of unique and innovative projects which are going on around the country. To download the database, click on the link on the HUD Exchange Community Development Marketplace website. The link will be titled Community Development Marketplace Zip. Clicking this link will download a zip file onto your computer, from which you will extract the Microsoft Excel file called CDM Database Search. Now, when you first open the Excel file, you must make sure that macros are enabled for this Excel file. To do this, go to File, then click on Options, then click on Trust Center on the left, Trust Settings, Macro Settings, and then check the box titled Enable All Macros. If this option is unavailable to you, you may need to contact your system administrator. So when you open the Excel file, you should be on the Keyword Search tab worksheet, which looks like this. So there are 4 ways you can search the database. You can search by keyword, search by geography, search by applicant, and search by policy code, or any combination of those 4. So let's start with searching by keyword. You can search 1, 2, or 3 keywords at once. You will type your keywords into the red, green, and blue boxes. See the red text at the bottom right here that says the number of hits for each search. So right now, if I were to submit the search completely blank, all 987 narrative report entries would show up in your search results. Actually, 500 is the limit, so only the first 500 would appear. That's why you see the little red X here. That means your search has too many results and you need to add more criteria to narrow it down to below 500. So let's try some keywords. For example, type in the red box health and hit enter. Now you can see the red numbers below 500, so you can do the search. But you have 428 narrative entries that contain the word health somewhere in the goals and activities narratives. You probably want to keep trying to narrow down that search to get more specific results that you're looking for. So let's try typing in the green box food. So I only want narrative entries that contain both the words health and food. Now you can see the results go down even further. Now try typing access into the blue box. So I only want search results with the words health and food and access to appear somewhere in the narrative. And that narrative report will appear in your search results. In this case, 79 of them do. Now, if you want to get even more specific, you can also search 2 or more words in one box, in which case these words must appear together. For example, food access. In this case, those 2 words must appear together exactly like that in the narrative for that entry to appear in the search results. Access to food? No, just food access. This brings our results down to 12, which is a more manageable number. Other key terms that you might want to keep in the same search box include transit-oriented development, neighborhood watch, mental health, code enforcement. But it may be preferable to keep separated more vague terms like teacher training, housing rehab, technology upgrade, and hiring grant. If you want to search the words or terms separately, change the "and" at the top here to "or." So I click on the cell with "and" a little drop-down arrow appears on the right side. Click the arrow, and the drop-down menu appears, and you can choose the word "or." Now you can search 2 different words like pre-K and preschool and get all entries that have either pre-K or preschool. The entries don't have to contain both words. Now when you search multiple keywords, the number of search results goes up as you add different words instead of narrowing down. Search all entries containing any of the words, either computer, technology, or upgrade, gives us 217 search results, whereas search results containing each word, computer technology, and upgrade, only gives us 2 results. One more thing, if you want to search a short word like art, you have to use the space bar. Now, if you work with the arts, you might be excited to see that 948 entries contain the word art. However, this search actually pulls up any instance of the letters A, R, and T together, such as in the words start and particular and department, which all contain the word art within them. So all these words will be included in the search results. To prevent this, type a space in front of the word and after the word to separate it from other words. Now you can see we've narrowed down the results to 33 entries. I'm going to choose "or" here and type in "arts" to include both entries with the word art and arts. Now we have 72 entries. Do not use punctuation when typing keywords, so no commas, quotes, or question marks. Now we can narrow the search down even further. Say I want arts in the Great Lakes region. That narrows the search down to 6 entries. The region definitions are from the U.S. Bureau of Economic Analysis and can be defined by clicking the link above the box. You can see which states are in which region. 2 notes here, the District of Columbia falls in the Mid-Atlantic region, and Puerto Rico falls in the Southeast region. You can search by state instead of by region by choosing from the drop-down menu in the box below. Now I've narrowed my results down to art in Illinois, and you have 2 results. We did not receive applications from every state, so if you cannot find your state, that means there was no Round 2 Promisone application with sharing permissions from your state. Now if instead I wanted to search just by applicant, I can delete this. Just click the cells and hit the delete key. And now we'll move over here. Now say I want the art activities from the Los Angeles applicant. I can choose California up here and choose Los Angeles from the list below. To further help with this search, the team has gone through and tagged each entry with a selection of one or more of 25 policy codes under 8 categories. For an entry to be tagged with a policy code, that entry must contain projects and activities that in some way are substantially related to the description of that policy code. An entry may have more than one policy code tagged based on their goals and activities. To see the descriptions of each policy code, see the drop-down menu down here. For example, entries that are tagged Community Infrastructure contain projects related to developing or improving community infrastructure, such as water, sewer, electric, as well as developing community and green space, the creation of green infrastructure and technology, and activities to build and expand community facilities such as community healthcare facilities and charter schools. Now, choosing the policy code from this drop-down menu just brings up the description. It does not affect the search. In order to narrow down the search for art to just those entries tagged Community Infrastructure, click the checkbox next to Community Infrastructure. You can also choose more policy codes to increase the scope of your search, for example by expanding the search to projects relating to commercial corridors and strategic planning over here. You can search as many criteria as you want until you have what you are looking for. In this case, I want to see entries that contain art or arts, tagged with community infrastructure and commercial corridor and strategic planning policy codes. So I have the 2 keywords, each with spaces before and after the words, typed in the red and green keyword boxes, and I have 3 policy codes checked. The region, state, and applicant boxes are empty, so this search will include entries from anywhere in the country. When I'm done, I hit this red Submit button on the bottom right to see my 28 search results. Feel free to zoom in or out using the plus or minus buttons at the bottom right of the screen. Now, if you experience any technical problems, like an error message pops up when you click this button, please email us at cdm@hud.gov and we can help you figure it out. Again, this has to be running on Microsoft Excel 2007 or greater, or this button won't work. But just email us at cdm@hud.gov. That's cdm@hud.gov. So here we have our search results for art or arts. Notice the buttons at the top to the right of the keywords. The red button highlights the keyword from the red box from the search form in the narratives below, and the green button will highlight the second keyword in the text, so we can better see where the keyword is located. So you can see in the table, the applicant submitting the entry is on the left column, and then next to that is the applicant's status. So here, the applicant is the city of Camden, and they have been designated as a Promise Zone in round 2, so they are a Promise Zone designee. And you can see the activities descriptions in this column. So Camden is conducting arts and cultural activities as part of their waterfront redevelopment in order to draw in visitors and residents. And they may be seeking partners to help create a new perception of the waterfront area as a tourist attraction. Minneapolis's project is centered around the idea of creative placemaking and the creation of a new arts district with a theater and new creative sector businesses. You can read about the implementation partners for the activities in the center column here, and the expected outcomes of the activities in the right side column here. For more information about a particular applicant, click on the name of the applicant in the left column, which will take you to a new tab, which has the applicant profile. You can see here that the applicant's location Camden, New Jersey, and contact information, and some have agreed to share some area statistics for their promise zone here. When you are done, you can press the return button here to return to the search results. If you want more information about a particular entry or activity, click the link on the right side column here, which will generate a full narrative report. You must click on the green arrow to show the new report. You can click the buttons here again to highlight the keywords in the narratives. Also, feel free to expand rows here if anything is cut off. Some of the narratives are quite long, so you may need to pull the viewer down here at the top, pull it down to read it all. You can see the financial support already committed to the activities, itemized here. The financial support needed for the activities, itemized here. And there's a timeline for the activities here at the bottom. So we'll return to the keyword search results with this button here. And now if you want to try a new search, click the yellow back arrow at the top to return to the search page. And then you can edit the search and then click Submit again to run the new results. Avoid using the Excel tabs at the bottom to switch between pages, because these will not run the search program. Use the buttons in the pages themselves. The one exception is you can click on the Contact Us tab at any time. So if you have any questions, comments, or feedback, you can contact us by filling out this form here and submit it below using this button if you use Microsoft Outlook. If you do not use Microsoft Outlook, you can just email us your questions, comments, feedback to cdm@hud.gov. The overall goal of making this database public is to aid in forming partnerships and new connections, so we can put you in contact with people doing similar work, or we can help you with your research. The search tool is also very customizable, so let us know what works for you and what doesn't. Any details on how you are using this database will be very helpful to us. So again, the email address is cdm@hud.gov. Again, my name is Evan Gross. Thank you, and we look forward to hearing from you.